Over the past few months, we've been exploring my teacher Thich Nhat Hanh's wonderful 1988 book, The Sun, My Heart. I absolutely adore this book. If I was only allowed to read one of Thay's books for the rest of my life, this is the one that I would choose. Now, if you told me that I could only keep one torn out page of that book, I would tear out and treasure the introduction. That's enough. That simple facing page is more than enough. Thay begins in the introduction by saying, meditators since the beginning of time have known that they must use their own eyes and the language of their own times to express their insight, not somebody else's insight, their insight. Wisdom is a living stream, not an icon to be preserved in a museum. Wow. That takes courage. How are you using your own eyes? How are you engaging with the teaching, with the path? How is insight expressing itself through you? Not through the Buddha 2,600 years ago, or through Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh, or through any other teacher. How is insight expressing itself through you in this very moment? There are a few times in The Sun, My Heart that the advice can take a surprising form. And that, for me, is the role of a true teacher. A true teacher awakens the inner teacher, the inner wisdom, the confidence within the student. There was one time that I had a consultation with Thay about a situation that at the time I found quite challenging and confusing. After I shared with Thay what I felt was really difficult and dark for me at that moment in time, Thay turned to me and shared really strongly that I should not come to him with questions that I already knew the answer to, and he kicked me out of his hut. And although I'll admit that I was angry for a period of time, later I realized, and to be really honest, just between us, it was a few weeks later, perhaps I don't have very sharp roots, I realized that Thay had given me a really deep and wonderful gift. The truth was that I did know what I needed to do, but I wasn't doing it. I wasn't actually putting this insight into practice. So from that exchange, I began to trust in myself more and to have confidence in my path, to be able to take ownership of my spiritual journey. That's the beginning of spiritual maturity.